Hey subscribers, welcome back. This video is going to be looking at percentage increase using a calculator. So you're obviously going to need a calculator for this, not the first half of the video though. And you're going to need to be confident converting from percentages to decimals. So converting from fractions to decimals. Decimals are going to be our friends in this video. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, so here's an example of a chocolate bar where you get 50% extra free. So you get your original amount and then you get this little extra bit. Okay, so the question is, what percentage of the original amount do we now have? Well, you start with 100%, you add half extra onto it, so it's 50%, and you end up with 150%. So that's our percentage increase. This is a 50% increase, okay? So a 50% increase as a multiplier, as a decimal multiplier, well, we know that 150% is 150 over 100. When you see the percent sign, it just means over 100 into 100 equal parts. And this is going to be a simple division to do. So 150 divided by 100 is going to give you 1.5. So that's your answer. 1.5 is your decimal multiplier. And that's what we're going to be using in these questions. Now let's practice working out decimal multipliers. That's what we want to put in the calculator. So here's an example here. If you are increasing something by 8%, your new percentage will be 100% plus 8%, which is 108%. The fraction that we now have is 108 over 100. Now we don't need to cancel this down, we're going to leave it out of 100 always, because it's easy to divide that. So remember, 108 divided by 100 is 1.08. And that's what you put in the calculator to work out 108% or an 8% increase. Here's a second example before you have a go. So a 63% increase, if it's an increase, it's going to be 100% plus 63%, and that's going to give you 163%. As a fraction, it's going to be 163. Remember, percent is over 100. And then as a decimal, 163 divided by 100 is going to be 1.63. Now here's 3 questions for you to try to work out the decimal multiplier on. Pause the video and have a go. I'm going to show the answers in 3, 2, 1. Here are the answers. Check your work. Make sure you've got all of these correct, because we're going to be using these in our calculations. Now here is an exercise for you to try. Copy this out, complete the table. In some of these cases you're going to be working backwards, so pause the video and have a go, and I'm going to show the answers in 3, 2, 1. This is what you should have got for your table. And now we're going to do a true or false. Make sure to make a note of any of these you didn't get correct so that you don't lose accuracy as we go on. So here's a true or false. The decimal multiplier for an increase of 37% is 1.37. True or false? So an increase of 37% is 137%, which is 137 over 100, which is 1.37. So have a look at the rest of these questions here and decide if each is true or false. If they are false, explain what they need to be in order for them to turn true. Pause the video and now I'm going to go through the answers here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here come the answers. So for question 2, an increase of 60% is 0.6. That's false. It should be 1.6. Question 3, an increase of 3% would give a new percentage of 130. No, this is an increase of 130%. So a 3% increase should be 103%, where the decimal multiplier would be 1.03. Okay, next one. The decimal multiplier for an increase of 105% is 1.105. So hopefully you figured out this was false, because this means we have 100% plus 105%, which is 205%. Now as a decimal, remember that's 205 over 100, which is 2.05. So that's what it should be, so that's false. And the last one, a percentage increase of 200% is 3. Well, let's see if this is true. 100% plus 200% equals 300%. So when you divide 300 by 100, you do get 3. So this is indeed true. All right, let's use this knowledge now. We're going to use these multipliers that we've been working out actually on a calculator to work out some answers. So here's an example here. Increase 40 by 10%. So the first thing we're going to do is going to write down what the increase is. 100% plus 40% equals, sorry, it's not 40%, plus 10% plus 10% is equal to 110%. Now from here, if you're confident, you can straight away turn it into a decimal 1.1. If you're not confident, you can just write 110 over 100, do that division, and you're going to get 1.1. Once you have your multiplier, you're going to do your calculation, which is 40 times 1.1. Now the first question, you could probably do this in your head, but this is just an example to get you started. So on your calculator, you are going to put 40 times 1.1 equals 44. So we're going to just copy that from the calculator, 44. That's our answer. Here comes the next question. Increase 60 by 25%. So this time, an increase of 25% is 125%. And that's going to be equal to 1.25. So we're going to do 1.25 times 60. So straight away, we're going to use our calculator. 1.25 times 60 equals 75. That's our answer. There's no units in this, so we're just going to leave it as it is. Okay, here's two examples here before you do the exercise. So a 30 increase 32 by 16%. So 32 times, now 100% plus 16% is 116%, which is the same as 32 times 1.16. That goes in your calculator. Remember, the commutative law means we can put the 1.16 first if we want to. We don't have to. 1.16 times 32, and that's our answer. Now if we want to turn this into a decimal, we're going to go to Format, press down, change it to decimal, press OK, and you can see we're going to get 37.12. That's our answer for this one. Increase 4 by 43%. Now, as you become more proficient with this, you can go straight to the calculation. So it's 4 times, now it's an increase, so it's 143%, which is 1.43. So 4 lots of 1.43. Let's put that on our calculator. 4 times 1.43 equals, now we can write this as a fraction. Completely fine, because it doesn't tell us how to give our answer. That means that this is a valid answer, but in this case I'm going to change it to a decimal, and I'm going to get 4.52. That is our answer. So here is an exercise for you to try where you are going to fill in the blanks and also work out the final answer using your calculator. So the first example, 30 times 1.1, let's use the calculator to do this. 30 times 1.1 is going to give you 33. So we need to write 33 here. And you're going to do the same thing as you work down, and then I'm going to show you the answers in a few seconds. So pause the video and have a go. Here come the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so these are the answers you should have got. Okay, I hope you found that useful. We're going to do one more exercise before you go. So, which method is more efficient? Sometimes you're going to see a calculator method is quicker. Sometimes doing it in your head is a lot quicker. So make a decision about all of these, both of these calculations, and decide which one you would do straight away, maybe in your head, and which one you might use a calculator for. So I think the first one, a 10% increase, you know it's going to be 40, so just adding 40 onto 400, it's probably quicker to do in your head. The second one, 2% of 650, not a hard question, but generally you might increase 650 by 2% by doing 650 times 1.02. Might be a bit quicker to do that, then work it out. Okay, so here is the final exercise for you to work out here. Now, questions 1 to 3, you should not be using a calculator. Questions 4 to 9, you can use a calculator to work these out. Okay, so pause the video and have a go. I'm going to show you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Those are the answers. And we're going to stop there. Make sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next percentages video. Bye.
Dwight, let me explain something to you. I set the rules and you follow them blindly, okay? And if you have a problem with that, then you can talk to our complaint department. It's a trash can.